Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last week of the term. You made it. It feels like just a moment ago we were reading project information literacy reports and OCLC reports and kind of feeling a little down on librarianship and on trends in the profession. And I hope that subsequent weeks have shown you that there is a lot to be optimistic about with this profession, that there are librarians who are pushing the boundaries of what people think of as the work of librarians and who are doing really amazing things to improve student learning. And that these things can be done at major research universities, but also at small community college libraries or even in public libraries. There is so much we can learn from what others have done. And it's really an exciting time, I think, in librarianship where we really can push beyond what we have traditionally done. And the opportunities are there, especially when we build relationships and strong collaborative relationships with our faculty members in other departments. So I wanted to say that I've been just amazingly impressed with the quality of work that I've seen from all of you this term. This is the first time I've taught this class. It's the first time this class has actually ever been taught. And I really didn't know how well blogging was going to work. I don't previously only had students blogging in a social media class, and that sort of seems like a natural fit. But I was so impressed with the quality of your writing, the quality of your reflections, the insightfulness you all exhibited in everything you wrote. It was really just awe-inspiring to me. You guys asked tough questions. You didn't just go with the party line. You really expressed your thoughts, whether they were consistent or inconsistent with sort of the popular trends. And it's been wonderful. Really great to read all of that and get to know each of you. And I have to say that, I know some of you have been working in the profession for decades and others are brand new and maybe haven't even really worked in a library before. Regardless, you all brought something unique and valuable to the conversations in this class. So this week, as you probably noticed, you're not going to be writing a blog post about what you're learning about, which is assessment, because I felt that the reflection was a little more important. But I can't express to you how important assessment is to everything that we do in libraries. And frequently assessment is thought of as something extra when it should be just like working at the circulation desk, buying books, checking out books, working at the reference desk. All of these things are core to what we do. So should assessment be core to the operations of libraries. How can we possibly adequately serve our patrons if we haven't assessed their needs and we haven't assessed whether our services are meeting their needs? Assessment frequently kind of gets lumped in with accountability, and assessment shouldn't be about accountability. Assessment shouldn't be a gotcha moment where you say, oh, look, her information literacy class went so badly. Look at what the students, they didn't learn much of anything from it. It shouldn't be a gotcha kind of moment. It shouldn't be something that we're afraid of. Assessment should be about learning. And assessment also doesn't have to be, we often read in the literature about these major projects where people, did these large-scale assessments using statistically valid measures and benchmarked against many other institutions, and that's great. I mean, those are just very inspiring to read about. But there are also lots of small things that libraries can do to learn more about their patrons or learn more about their services. I mean, even something as simple as a minute paper at the end of a class where you ask students to write. One thing that I found really interesting in the session today one thing I didn't quite understand or would like to have explained more, and then any other comments. Just having them answer those questions will tell you so much about what was important to them in the session, what you maybe didn't explain very well or should focus on more the next time you teach that class, and what they thought of the session. So valuable and yet so simple. And we can do larger scale information literacy assessments. Like last summer, myself and several colleagues, we got research papers, about 100 research papers from our freshman inquiry classes, and we assessed them using an information literacy rubric. We did it, it was a bunch of librarians and then some disciplinary faculty from freshman inquiry as well. And while this doesn't tell us how effective our instruction is, it did inform our instruction this next year. I learned so much from seeing how students actually use their sources, that influence the way that I now teach sources. And I've adopted a completely different model to teaching about sources. It's called the BEAM model. And if you're interested in it, I'd be happy to just email me, and I'd be happy to send you some really great articles about it. But things like that just, that authentically measure what students know are really important. I think we often get stuck on, oh, we need to do quizzes or standardized tests that really look at how much you've retained, how much you remember, but not how you can apply it. So things that really help us to learn how students are using our resources, how students are doing research, things like that can really hugely impact the way that we teach and improve the way that we teach. So as you know, I'm a huge booster of assessment, and you can probably tell that from the article of mine that you're going to be reading this week. You'll see some articles about assessment generally, like mine and Megan Oakleaf's report on the value of academic libraries, which is sort of a counterpoint to my article. And then some case studies that specifically look at assessment of embedded librarian programs. And that's all I have. I didn't feel like doing a traditional lecture was really appropriate in this last week, and I really just wanted to let you know what an absolute pleasure it was to get to know all of you and work with you this semester. And I wish you all the best. For those of you who are graduating, congratulations. But I think you're all amazing librarians, and I have so much faith in the future of our profession from teaching this class. So good luck, and thanks.